Hello everyone, we are from group consists of me, Oktaviany Laurenzo, Bayu Aji Waskito, and Purba Danarta. We would like to present our presentation about analysis of movie adaptation. We will use Diary of Wimpy Kid, Rodrick rules. So without any further ado, let's start this presentation. The first one is about storyline. We know that in adaptation, there must be differences in the storyline between the novel and the movie. In accordance with the title of the films, which is Rodrick rules, the scenes animated in the films are scenes related to Rodrick's. This is certainly very different from the novel because in the novel, Greg not only tells his story with Rodrick, but also his experiences with his friends at school. And then the taking of the story to be incorporated into the film is intended to make this film has a clear sequence of events and has moral message because after all, this film is still devoted to children, so they can get something out of the films. Even so, the story of this film has undergone many omission, addition, and change in the storyline completely, so that it can be said that both novel and film have significant differences. Greg and Roderick make up after some conflict they had. This scene does not exist in the novel because its story in the novel has its own ending. Meanwhile, in the film, the scenes is used as resolution as well as a closing that give a moral message to the audience. As you can see in the two pictures that show in your screen, Roderick say, "I'm gonna have your back and you better have mine," and because it's they have three brothers against the world.
Okay, and the next is the characters of the film. In the novel, there are many characters that are involved in many events and influence the main character, which is Greg Havoc. There are many events that happen in the novel since the novel is in the form of a diary that's written by a junior high schooler. The film adaptation most likely to animate the event related to the title, which is Roderick Rules. The film wants to highlight the relationship between Greg and Roderick as brothers. Therefore, the film only animates the events and some characters that are related to them. Somehow, the beginning of the novel is describing some events that happened in the previous novel. This film perhaps wants to look more simpler by showing fewer places and fewer characters, so the viewer does not confuse since the viewer are mostly kids. It is certainly impossible to include all that many characters and all the events in the novel to be animated. In the film adaptation, thus we assume that the producer of the film wants to focus on Greg and Roddick's fatherhood. Next, please. For example, there is an event when Greg forgets that he still got the cheese touch from the last week of school. Then, Greg hands over the cheese touch to a new kid named Jeremy Pindle. In the film adaptation, Jeremy Pindle is not animated in the film adaptation, and the cheese touch event is not in the film. Here, we could interpret that Jeremy is not really necessary in the film adaptation, and the cheese touch event is not related either. And next, the character interaction in this movie focus on the relationship between Greg and Roderick. And this is according to a theory from Ecclesiastes, which stated that character interactions are another useful tool for contrasting characters. It is much simpler to expose the viewpoints and traits of two opposing characters when they interact. When the spectator empathizes with both characters, the situation becomes even more compelling.
All right, so next we are going to discuss about the character, especially about the personality development. So according to Harlock in 1976, personality is the dynamic arrangement within the individual of those psychological systems which control his behavior and ideas. And based on Harlock's personality development books in 1976, personality development can occur due to a number of causes. These include physical damage, the environment, significant individuals, societal pressures, role change, intense motivations, change in self-concept, and psychotherapy. Usually, there are several factors that may lead to personality changes. These causes might or might not be connected. So the Greg is represented as a weak character, powerless, and always being impressed by Roderick. And Roderick is represented with a powerful, ignorant, and he's never apologized to his brother. And here is the quotations that we found in the novels. The first picture in the left, there is a picture when Roderick picked up his younger brother, and when his younger brother came into his van, and then he drove the car very fast, and then it's like a crash for his younger brother. But in the picture 2, when when Greg complained to his older brother, he got some physical attack, especially it's like he's pulled by Rodrick and he fell to the ground. And in the last picture, in the right side, is a picture that shows that when Greg is oppressed by Rodrick. Rodrick wants Greg to help him to clean the room because he used the room for his party last night. And here is the representations of Greg and Rodrick in the movie. Let's see. We provide 3 clips in these presentations. Let's see the first clip.
Rodrick, I need your help.
Calm down, Gregory. What's got your underwear in a bunch?
I've got a life sciences project due today.
Yeah? And what's that got to do with me?
Well, I figured you might know some trick, some way out of this.
Well, you could pretend you're sick, skip school.
Mom would know I'm faking. She always knows.
You could tell your teacher Manny ate it.
Really, Rodrick? That's the best you can come up with? You know I still have dirt on you, right? I can come clean to Mom right now.
Did you say life sciences? That does ring a bell. Let's see. No.
What are you doing?
My life sciences project. And in mint condition, too.
Let me see that.
As you can see in the clips, we got two. We can conclude at least 2 points from the clip. The first one is that Greg has the power to start to negotiate with Rodrick, and Rodrick is also open to the negotiations start by his younger brother. And let's see the second clip.
Yo, you ready to blow the roof off this place?
As you can see, Greg has been successful to be a drummer that actually he's just substitute his older brother in that show, but he's reached the success, and Rodrick is being jealous. And here we conclude that Rodrick is weakened and Greg is raised in this movie. And here is the last clip.
I wanted you to be proud of me.
Proud of you? For what?
I know. It was dumb.
I've got something that I've got to get off my chest too, I guess. I shouldn't have taken your diary. That wasn't cool.
I don't understand why we can't just get along. Like normal brothers.
This is normal. Brothers fight. We just took it too far.
All right, from the clips, we conclude at least 3 points here. The first one is that Rodrick regrets for his former mistake to stealing the diary from his brother, and he also apologized for it. And the last thing is that Rodrick actually care about his brother. He explained that their problem until up to now is just like a normal brothers fight. And from all the findings that we have presented before, we conclude that there is a role change in the movie of these 2 characters. So Rodrick plays a role as a normal older brother who makes mistakes and sometimes beaten by his younger brother and feels open. It's like quite open to negotiations. However, Greg is strengthened, especially in this movie, to reduce his older brother's dominations. And we assume that this movie is trying to provide an equal environment between these characters. So I think that's all for today's discussions. So thank you for your kind attentions. Good afternoon, everyone.